for you to stop ignoring your soul. Okay, it is time, and I say, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself too. I'm not exempt. It is time for you to stop ignoring what your soul is telling you, what your soul is speaking to you. There's something called discernment, right? We say the Holy Spirit, we say intuition, whatever it is that you want to call it. Your soul is speaking to you. Your soul is telling you that they ain't right. Your soul is telling you that they ain't it. Your soul is telling you that they full of, I'm not going to cuss on here, but what we do a lot of times is we ignore when our soul is telling us that they ain't right. Because why? We allow so much of our voice to control our life. And every time in my life where I ignored what my soul was telling me, when I ignored my discernment was helping me, should have helped me decide, when my intuition was screaming at me and I ignored it, I put myself in positions to break my own heart. I put myself in positions to be let down. I put myself in positions to be hurt because I ignored that voice. We all have that voice that say, this ain't it. We have that voice that say, they full of stuff. We have that voice that say, man, they pump faking. We have that voice that say, man, this opportunity, something ain't right about this opportunity. Everything seemed good about it. Everything seemed perfect about it. Everything like it's lined up externally, but there's something that ain't right about it. And what we do, and listen, we misjudge things too, we're human beings, right? But there is something inside you called your soul that is screaming at you to say, you know what? This is too good to be true. And maybe you investigated a little bit more. But some of us, what we do is we're so quick to make decisions. We're so quick to let people in our life. We're so quick to take on opportunities. We're so quick to chase a dream, even though we have a feeling that this isn't it. I want to tell you this, man. People ask me all the time, Trent, how did you know this was it for your life? And I tell you every single time, there was nothing externally that told me that this was my life, that told me speaking was my life, that told me rehab time was my purpose. Nothing externally. There wasn't no person telling me it. It wasn't no plan telling me it. It wasn't no prophet telling me it. It was nothing externally that lined up. But you know what? It was something internally. It was something internally, that discernment in my soul. My soul was telling me, Trent, make the decision. This will be something you will do for the rest of your life, even though it didn't make sense. And you know what's crazy is that, you know, a lot of times what we do, at least I can speak for myself, what's crazy to me is this, like, I had so many questions when I made certain decisions in my life that were right for my life. When I made this, when rehab time came about and I had to go report to football the next day and I quit and said, I'm not coming. And I walked into this when nobody was following me. Nobody was bringing me in to speak. Nobody cared about Trent Shelton. I had so many questions, but in the midst of me having all these questions, I didn't question it because I had a peace in the midst of chaos, y'all. I knew this was it, even though it didn't look like it. And on the flip side, I had times where I had all the answers. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I got all the answers. But it was something in my soul that still questioned it. I had all the answers. They gave me perfection. The opportunity looked right. The money looked right. The person looked right. The friends looked right, right? They did everything. They fulfilled my voids. They filled my needs. They did everything right. And they gave me all the answers. And I'm super hyped right now, y'all. Thanks for the stars, man. You guys share this right now if you feel this, man, because y'all know I ain't really bring it like this in a while, but I'm feeling good tonight because I'm so hyped about this message because internal alignment is what you need. Some of you are deciding what's for you based upon the external alignment in your life. You say, man, is it externally aligned? What a lot of us do is we do this. We allow promises to put us in situations that ain't good for us. We allow perfection to say, oh, man, everything is perfect. We allow perfection to put us in things that aren't good for us. We allow the damn presentation, right? How somebody looks, how they talk. Let me tell you this, man. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody. We all are imperfect. We all are striving to be better. But one thing that I pride myself on is I got a pure soul, man. I don't have a perfect life, but I got a pure soul. But there are a lot of people in this world that do good deeds, but their intentions are piss poor. Excuse my French, mama, but their intentions are piss poor. They do all the good deeds, right? They give back to the homeless. They're around you. They tell everything. They support you, but their intentions be piss poor. Their intentions be far from pure. And a lot of us, what we do is we allow the presentation to fool us. And our soul is telling us, our discernment is telling us, hey, that ain't right. Our discernment is telling us, hey, man, that person's full of it. That discernment, I mean, that opportunity, it looked like it's right for you, but it's not right for you. There's something better for you. On that job, yeah, I know they paying you well. I know they got the benefits. I know they got the whole package, but there's something inside of you saying, man, that ain't right. And I know in my life, every time I didn't listen to the that ain't right, I put myself in situations that hurt my life. And every time I listened to the, hey, this is for you, even though it didn't look like it was for me. There were people in my life that came into my life that didn't match I don't know what word I want to use right now, but didn't look like, or I want to say look like, but there was no perfection. There was no presentation. I'm trying to find that right word, but there was people that didn't align externally. There you go with me. But it was something about them that said, man, that person is right though. It's something about that person. It's something about that opportunity. It's something about that job. It's something about that's right. And so I want to tell you in here tonight, man, I just came on here to tell you, please start listening to your soul when it's speaking. Please start listening to your intuition. When your intuition is telling you to bounce, get out that place, get out. Right? Don't ignore it. There's times where literally I've been in places where my intuition, my discernment, my Holy Spirit told me to leave. I left. That place got shot up. That somebody got robbed. Somebody got jumped. Or this happened, that happened, or a car wreck happened later on. And every time I've been in situations where my discernment was telling me, hey, bro, you don't need to be here. And I stayed there. I ended up putting myself in situations that compromised who I was as an individual. You know what I mean? So there's a reason why your soul is speaking, because I believe that God knows what you need. I believe your soul knows what you need. That's why you can have peace in making decisions that other people might not agree with. When people say, Trent, you turned that down? Trent, you stupid for turning that down. Why you ain't around that person? Trent, no. I got peace in my decisions because I understand my discernment guides my decisions. My discernment leads my decisions. And so I know what's best for my life because I listen to my soul when it speaks. I listen to my intuition. I listen to the Holy Spirit. You say, Trent, how do I strengthen? I'm going to tell you right now, pray. Get a prayer life, man. Start talking to God. Start speaking to God. Get closer to God, because the more that you pray, the more that Holy Spirit will talk to you. The more it will be revealed to you. The more discernment you will have and intuitions you will have. That's why I can see BS from a mile away. You can try to sell me dreams. You can try to sell me things. You can come to all the perfection in the world. But I can smell, before a person even talks, I can smell them. I can smell BS from a mile away. You might be talking holiness, cleanliness, perfection, but I can smell the BS. I can see through it from a mile away. And people ask, how did you know? It wasn't because I had some superpowers, it's because my soul let me know. My soul let me know that something is off. That ain't internally aligned, Trent. Yeah, I know it might be externally aligned, my friend. I know they might look good, seem good. They might feel good to you, right? It might look good. It might seem good. It might be everything that you've been quote unquote praying for. But if you ain't internally aligned with it, man, you can't go with it. So you ask Trent, how do I know what's right for my life? That's how you know. That's how you know. And every time, man, I'm so passionate about this because I've walked into like my impossibility. Some of y'all see me now. You see millions of followers and all that stuff, and you just see me now. But you didn't see me then. You didn't see me when I made the decision to stop playing football, even though football was externally aligned in my life, even though football gave me profit, even though football gave me significance, even though football gave me fame, even though football actually fulfilled my needs at the time. I said, man, it's externally aligned, but still it is a void in my internal soul. And I let go of that. Some of y'all didn't see that. You weren't there. So some of y'all said, Trent, that's easy for you to say. But I just want you to think about where I came from, a decision that I made. And I can't explain it. It's hard for me to explain. That's how I knew it was right for me in those moments. That's how I knew it was right for me in those moments. When I made the decision, and I told my mother this, and I always talk about this in my book, The Greatest Truth. I told my mom, I said, man, like, Mom, I don't know what it is. I know it seemed crazy. I know it seemed impossible. I ain't even no speaker. I know I'm an introvert. I know people don't know. Mom, but it's right. I'm telling you, it's a feeling that's just, it's telling me. It ain't no plan that's showing it. It ain't no person that's supporting it. It ain't none of that, Mom. But you know what? It's something inside of me that's telling me this is it. There's a peace. When you have peace in your decisions, I'm going to tell you right now, when you have peace in your decisions, okay? I didn't say the decision is easy, but when you have peace in your decision, you are making a decision, I believe, that is right for your life. Even if it don't look like it, even if it don't look like it after you make a decision, you are making a decision that is right for your life. You have to trust God to guide you, right? God will lead you to places that you don't understand just to bring you to the place where he needs you to be. God will lead you to places that don't make no damn sense. Sorry for saying damn in that, but God will lead you to places that don't make no sense, right? At all, just to bring you to the place where he needs you to be, right? God will allow you to experience things like, why am I experiencing this? Just to bring you to the place where you need to be. And you ever had those experiences in life that were hard times, but you still had peace through it? You ever had those experiences in life where there's storms coming down in your life, but you still have peace through it? You ever had those situations where it's like, man, this is very difficult, but you still have peace through it? You ever had somebody like walk out your life and leave your life, but like you still have peace through it? It hurt, but you still have peace knowing everything's going to be okay because you're making the decisions that are right for your life. And sometimes you got to make hard decisions. I'm telling you right now, some of y'all, I'm going to just be real with you. You know, I got to go back to this. Y'all know that I'm always going to help you have the right things in your life, because when you have the wrong things in your life, you forget about how great that you are. You forget about who you are when you have the wrong things in your life. When you allow the wrong mindsets to infiltrate your soul and your mindset, you start to become who they want you to be instead of who you were created to be. You feel me? So I got to tell you this. Let me tell you something, man. Some of you are afraid to make decisions to remove people from your table, okay? Sometimes God will remove them from your table without you making a decision just to show you what they brought to it. There's times in my journey, man, and I'll tell you this. There's times in my journey where people will remove from my table and it hurt me. It hurt me. I'm like, damn, everything I did for this person. Dang, I sacrificed. It hurt me. Like literally, I would cry. It hurt me because I know my intentions for that person were pure. I don't know what their intentions was, but I know mine were pure. Whether they agree with some of the decisions and actions, I knew mine were pure, and it hurt me. But often, God removes people from your table to show you what they brought to it. And I realized, like when those people left my table, they made me think that I needed them to eat, right? Parable. They made me think simple. They made me think I needed them to eat. They made me think that we needed them. And once they removed, I realized like, dang, wait a minute. We still eating. We still eating more. Wait a minute. I got more peace. You know what I mean? That person left the table. Yeah, they left. They took some talent with them, but damn, they took the drama with them, the gossip with them, and they just gave peace at the table. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. So some of you right now, you got people at your table. Don't overthink. Maybe you have all the awesome people at your table. Don't overthink things. Or I'm not trying to make you remove people from your life that need to be in your life. But some of you know, right? Some of your intuition and your discernment has been telling you that this person ain't it. And they done showed you over and over and over and over and over again that they ain't it. But some of you are afraid to remove them from your table because you're afraid of what you're going to lose. And I just want to tell you this. Is your peace not worth it? Is your peace not worth it? I want to tell you right now, is your sanity not worth it? Because some of you aren't eating the way you should be eating. Not because the table isn't prepared for you. It's because you got people at your table that ain't doing nothing but taking from you and they ain't bringing to you. They taking your peace. They taking your profits. They taking your sanity. They taking and they ain't bringing nothing to your table but negativity. They ain't bringing, and you allowing them to stay seated at your table. There got to come a point when you take ownership over your table and you say, you know what, bro, the seat is gone. And I understand what come with that. I understand sometimes a battle come with that, a war come with that. I understand sometimes gossip come with that, and they try to drag your name through the mud to make theirs look clean. I understand what comes with that. But some of y'all got to choose, like Nip said, right? Shoot, I would rather keep the peace within myself, right, and start a war outside of me than vice versa. Because some of you are starting a war inside of you because you're trying to keep peace with everybody around you when you know that they don't want peace in your life. And you know that. So my question to you again, and I know we diverted a little bit, but I'm following my heart like always. My question to you again right now is your peace not worth it? What's worth your peace? Your peace is priceless. And you got people in your life, man, that you know your intuition, your discernment has told you, and they shown you, your common sense, forget intuition and discernment, your common sense has shown you that this ain't right, that opportunity ain't right, right? And you losing yourself. You losing yourself for popularity. You losing yourself to please other people. You losing yourself to fit into society. You losing yourself to impress people that can care less about you. You losing yourself. For all of that stuff, you losing yourself. And for what? Right? For what? When you know that ain't right for your life. So my hope for you tonight, man, is that like you forget all that external stuff. Forget external alignment. Forget the perfection. Forget the dreams they selling you, the presentation. Right? Everybody got good presentation, right? When people want you, when people need you, they're going to do everything right. They're going to do everything right. Everything right. They're going to say the right things, do the right things, present the right things, talk about the right things, because they want to get into your life and infiltrate your life. Okay? That's why you have to be a person that prays. That's why you have to be a person that understands your past, right? From your past mistakes and your past decisions that you made in your life. And you got to be a person of peace. That's why every morning you guys are with me in the morning. I go outside and protect my peace. I start my day off with peace. I give my life peace so I can make decisions in peace, so I can live in peace, so I can operate in peace. So, Lord, I can protect my peace. That's why I do that. Because now I can move, and I don't move off emotions. I move off truth and facts. Facts over feelings in my life. What's the facts? You know what I mean? But some of us, we so blinded by what we don't have that we fall for the things presented us that are given to our life. We so blind by what we don't have. We so addicted to getting what we think we need in our life to fill that void, to fill that insecurity. So I want to tell you tonight, man, as I get off of here, I know I talked a lot tonight. I know I was passionate tonight. I know I was hyped tonight. But I want to tell y'all tonight, simply this. When your soul is speaking, listen. I could have just said that and ended the live a long time ago. When your soul is speaking, listen. And it's not hard to find yourself, y'all. I get it. It is. I get it. But if you strip your life of everything, and you start listening to your soul, it ain't about finding yourself. You know, a lot of us, we try to find ourselves. I just seen a comment. We try to find ourselves in the world. We try to find ourselves in people. We try to find ourselves in dreams. We try to find ourselves in society. We try to find ourselves in politics. We try to find ourselves in significance. You've already been found, bro. Like, it's just about rediscovering yourself. It's about unbecoming, not becoming anything. There's power in unbecoming. You know, I went on a journey of trying to find myself. And I was losing myself even more because I was trying to find myself in things that weren't meant for my life. And then I stopped trying to find myself. And I started listening to my soul. I started to protect my peace. That's why I say those words so often. And as I started to protect my peace and get out in nature, get out in solitude and live a life of prayer. You know what I mean? Live a life of allowing discernment to guide my decisions and lead my decisions. I ended up understanding who Trent was a little bit more. And the truth is, a lot of us, we don't understand who we are. Because for our whole entire life, we have become what other people wanted us to be for them. And if you're 30-something years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, you didn't live half your life doing that. So it's about you getting back to your roots of who you are. Get back to the things that excite you. Not the things people applaud you for, not the things people celebrate you for. Getting back to the things that excite you. You know how I rediscovered myself this past year, going through this year I got back doing the things that excited me. I mean, I played basketball, tore my Achilles, you know what I mean? But I got back to the things that excited me. I got back to doing what I wanted to do. And I didn't care what people thought. I didn't care what people said. I didn't care about the expectations people had for me or put up on me. I wasn't becoming a slave to the outside world anymore. I wasn't becoming a slave to the external anymore. I wasn't becoming a slave to people's expectations anymore. And I started to figure out who I was and what this life was about. So to the people trying to discover themselves, the first question I would ask you, and I know we're going in here deep tonight, man. I'm going to stay on here a little bit longer because you guys are, man, 46,000 stars. Thanks for the stars, Misty. Let's go on the stars. If you guys are feeling this today, stars or shares, right? If you don't have stars, that's fine, but share it. Let me know in the comments, send some hearts. You know, I want to tell you, man, if you're in a place right now in your life, and I've said this before, I don't like talking about new stuff because I'm just telling you about the things that have worked for me. You know what I mean? I'm not a person that just talks about things because they sound good or I read it in a book or listen to a podcast. Oh, let me teach somebody this. Literally, this is through experience. So I'm educating you through experience. And maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. But for me, one of the major things that I did, right, when I came back discovering myself, thank you, Karen, I appreciate you. I came back, and you are going to struggle with being with yourself for a little bit, right? It happens, right? When you're not familiar, when you're not comfortable with being with you, it's kind of hard at first. But the point is to get to a point, keep showing up to where you enjoy your own company. Everybody on here should spend time with just themselves every single day. Not with your cell phone. I'm not talking about being alone with your cell phone. You spending time with the internet. I'm talking about spending time with yourself every single day. If you have a busy life, maybe you got to sacrifice getting up earlier while your world is still asleep, or stand up a little bit later. But you should spend time with you and God every single day. Walk with God at night. In the morning is beautiful. I wish I could walk right now. So I got to do a scoot with God on my scooter sometimes. But I want to tell you this, man. What helped change my life or helped me rediscover who I was is I found meaning in my life. And meaning is so beautiful. I would ask you right now, everybody on here, you can comment if you want, or just take this in internally. Like, what does your life mean? What does life mean to you? And if I was a betting man, I would say 95% of you don't know. You don't know. I would say 95% of you feel like you're not enough. If you feel like you're not enough, say amen in the comments. Drop some hearts, put some thumbs ups. Right? A lot of us, we feel like we're not enough. And if I asked you, like, what's enough, you wouldn't even know. So what are you saying right now, Trent? I'm saying this. A lot of us are trying to achieve something that we don't even know what that something is. And so we're living life blindly, aimlessly. That's why it's so important to create meaning in your life. What does your life mean? And the beautiful thing about that, you can decide what your life means. And once I realized that my life meant that I'm a do purpose, be purpose, share purpose, help people with their purpose, help people protect their peace, and I understood that, that's when I started to get familiar with the stranger. See, some of us, our greatest stranger is the one we look in the mirror every single day that we don't even know. And as you create meaning in your life, that stranger starts to become familiar. But some of us, we lived our whole life, man, becoming distant from who we were created to be. Majority of people. And that person who you were created to be, you don't even have a clue, because that person is such a stranger, you don't have a clue. And anything that aligned with that person, you wouldn't even recognize it because you're so far away from who you were created to be. And it starts with meaning. When you develop meaning in your life, listen to me. Y'all know this quote. When you develop meaning in your life, you will start to live a more meaningful life. And that meaning ain't got nothing to do with people applauding you. It ain't got nothing to do with followers. It ain't got nothing to do with bank accounts. It ain't got nothing to do with this damn world can offer. Your meaning is an internal meaning, right? Your meaning is forever. Your meaning might not be celebrated by the world. It might not be popular in society. It might not be a title at your job. But your meaning gives you something that our soul all needs. Getting deep in here tonight, man. Which is fulfillment. A lot of us, we have everything, but we have nothing because we're not fulfilled. A lot of us, we go to a job every day that probably pays well, but we still feel something is missing because we're not fulfilled. A lot of us, we're doing things that might be celebrated by the world. I know people who have millions of followers that I talk to, influencers. If I said their names, you would know them. High profile people that contact me and say, Trent, man, I'm not fulfilled. And they have the world. Why? Because they're not living in the meaning that was created for their life. And they realize, like, once the applause and the celebration and the money, once the high wears off, because the high from the world always wears off. Don't let people lie to you, man, because some of you think that you're missing something. You think, oh, I'm missing significance. I'm missing a blue check by my name. I'm missing being popular. I'm missing some ends. I'm missing a relationship. And I'm not saying those things can't help you get to where you need to go. I'm not saying those things have no purpose in your life, but I'm going to tell you something. It's not the main purpose in your life, because what people realize and figure out, and you can quote me on this, I stand by this. I stand on it. is that once you get it, you realize that it's not enough. Once you get it, you realize that the thing that you was missing, once you get it, you still missing everything. You still missing something because what you missing is for free. The world can't provide it. The world can't provide it. You got people that are high-level CEOs that have the world that make 7 figures, millionaires, that are unfulfilled because you know why? They work their whole damn life because this world told you to work hard your whole life and burn out and grind, no days off, no sleep. The world lied to y'all about that, right? The world told you that, all that stuff, right? I believe in working hard, but I don't want to work harder than I have to. I believe in working smart. But you got high-level people that's making all this stuff. They come home and, you know, they don't have... They're the man and the woman to the world, but they ain't the man and the woman to their world. They have no relationship with their kids, no connection to their spouse, because all they doing is grinding. Yes, they are making a living, but they are forgetting to live. Yes, they are making a living, but they're forgetting to live a life. And that's what you got to twist it, man. We're here to live a life. And if other things come with it, great. Awesome. But those things don't define me. Those things don't define who you are as a human. And once you can get to that place, I'm telling you, once you can get to that place of freedom, right? Because some of us, we ain't free. And once you can get to that place of freedom in your life, that's when the life of abundance becomes something that you live. And I'm not talking about the abundance of a private jet, right? You know, some preachers be preaching abundance, and that's what they're telling you. I ain't talking about that abundance. I'm talking about the abundant life, of enjoying life. You know what I mean? Of having peace. Peace is over everything for me. I want peace. If God came down and say, Trent, do you want to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire, or you want to have peace? I'm like, peace every time, bro. Give me that peace. They say, Trent, you want to be known to the world, have millions of followers, and have peace? I want peace. And I'm telling you this because I'm a person that's in it. I'm not just telling you this because it sounds good. I'm a person that experiences these things. I'm a person that's been through things in my life, probably not as worse as you, but I'm a person, thanks for the stars, Val, I appreciate it. I'm a person that's been through some things just like you. I'm a person that's at a place in my life where I walk outside and go to the store, people know me. All of those things, right? I'm financially free to an extent, right? I'm popular, all these things, right? Status and blah, blah, blah. And there's times in my life in this journey where I was miserable because I didn't have peace, man. So give me peace. Give me peace. That's what I want. And let me be free. That's what I'll take day in and day out. And peace is free. Peace is free. You know what I mean? Peace is free. You might say, Trent, it's hard to have peace when the bills got to be made. I'm going to tell you, peace is free because when you externally align, you know God is going to take care of you. God's going to come through. You got to believe that. There's times in my journey, because some of y'all don't believe it. There's times in my journey, man, where wifey had to take care of everything. Like, I wish I got a picture somewhere where I barely had anything in my bank. I have parents that will help me out, but I never put that on my parents. I told my mom I was good when I was broke. And I was grinding, going from city to city. Yeah, city to city. Let me speak on it because some of y'all don't know. Some of y'all think this just happened overnight. But I was going city to city, Chicago, Seattle, Vegas, Michigan, Pittsburgh, city to city, doing events, barely having money, finding coffee shops and begging them, can I use this for free? Man, I'll clean up after if I got to. Going to the library and say, man, I'll straighten up the books. Can I use this library for free? Just to put on events and live my purpose. Selling t-shirts out the trunk in my car by myself. Didn't have too many people with me. Had to get volunteers that I didn't even know that I met online. Hey, can you volunteer with me? Could have jacked me, could have did whatever. But I realized, man, this was meant for my life. I found meaning. And I was the most fulfilled in those moments, even when I didn't have everything. Even when thousands of people wouldn't watch my videos, be one or two, I still had meaning. Even when, I wouldn't get paid to go speak somewhere, I would have to do it for free. I still had peace and fulfillment because I found meaning. I found purpose in my life. See, some of you look at me and be like, oh, Trent, that's easy for you because of where you at. I get it. I understand that, but you don't know where I've been. And where I've been was getting out the mud when it comes to rehab time. Go look back. You'll see live after live after live after live, thousands of live of me showing up day after day. Because you know what? I found meaning. Even when it didn't look possible, even when people would talk about me, even when people make fun about me online and make parodies, I still showed up day after day because that didn't faze me because I understood the purpose inside me. But the problem is some of us don't want to sacrifice. The problem is some of us don't want to go through the struggle. The problem is some of us want it all without giving anything. And so I'm not trying to step on your toes. I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I'm not trying to be unfair to you, but I need you to understand. I know some of y'all, Trent, that's easy for you, but I know where I've been. And I know how I got it out there. I know how I had to grind and work at 24-hour fitness when I was fresh out the NFL. And people look at me like I'm crazy around my city. Like, why he working here? Like, Trent working there? Ain't he in the NFL? Why he working at 24-hour fitness? Nothing wrong with 24. But you know what I mean? You see that coming from here to humbling myself and still loved it and created a crazy buzz in that gym. And it helped start rehab time. People on here might know it and see it in 2011, 2012. But I wasn't embarrassed to fail because I understood my mission and I understood meaning. When I was putting self-published books out that sucked, I still put them out. You know why? Because I understood my meaning, I understood my purpose. So I'm passionate about this because some of us, what we do is we sit on our butt and we expect things to just change, man. We expect the world to just give us things. We expect the president to fix things. When you gonna understand, man, can't no president fix something for your life, right? Of course they can help things. I know I'm getting into politics, but I never depend on anybody to do something for my life. I got God and I'm gonna ride like that. I'm gonna make sure that I do everything I can. If I gotta work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, if I gotta do whatever, I'm gonna do what needs to be done to sacrifice for my family and fulfill the mission that God put on my heart. So what does that have to do with anything? I'll wrap this up with this. I told you that because even through all of that, this journey, I understood that this was meant for my life. Because all y'all asked that question. How do I know this is meant for me? I understood through that journey of loneliness, through that journey of healing, through that journey of suck, through that journey of rock bottom, through that journey of hard times for me. Maybe it might not be hard times for you, but hard times for me. I still knew that this was for my life because I had a peace and that soul was saying, Trent, you good. God got you. You don't even want to go where he's taking you because I know you. I became scared. I'm an introvert. I got social anxiety, right? Being around a lot of people gives me, I didn't even want this, but I knew I was called to do this. And I believed, and I listened and trusted what my soul was saying and my discernment was saying and what my mom told me when I was a baby. I listened to that. So a lot of times we ignore our past. We ignore the things that people tell us and speak over our life, the anointed people that really speak into our life, speak life into our life. We ignore it because we so focused on what we want to do. But I went back to my past and I realized, oh man, my mom used to tell me this growing up. Oh man, people used to speak this in my life. So I'm going to be like my dad and have a message and be a speaker. I realized that, man. I realized that. And so I don't know why I shared all that with y'all tonight. I don't know why I'm sweating. I don't know why I shared all that with y'all, but maybe there was somebody on this live today that needed to hear it. And I don't want to applaud Trent moment. I didn't say my story to make you think like, oh man, like not feel sorry for me, but like lift me up. Nah, I tell you those things because some of us are so discouraged in our journey. And some of us want to give up. Some of us are so discouraged in our journey because we look at our journey and we think, damn, look how far I got to go. You let people tell you that you ain't there yet, and we don't even know what there is. They don't even know what there is. You ain't there yet, and we get so discouraged. But every time, and this is a great practice, every time I get discouraged in my journey, my friend, you know what I do? I stop. I stop looking where I think I should be going because Lord knows my plans have been wrong a lot. I stop because I can't control that. And I know when we allow the things we can't control to control us, emotionally we're going to be a wreck. So I stop. I stop looking there and I stop and I look back. And I say, man, Trent, you remember in 2009 when you made that first video with that hat backwards in your mom in my mom's guest room? When you know what you was talking about or saying how you were going, you just made it. Remember that time when you spoke on that stage with 5 kids and you were so happy that just 5 people showed up. You remember when you first put that order of t-shirts, it was $100. You're like, man, how am I gonna pay this? And that t-shirt guy, Kenneth, shout out to you, brother, put $100 in your box because it was something about you that he seen you that blessed you with $100 back to you. Remember that? You came a long way, dog. Even if you left today, you a legend. Not because to people or to this world, you a legend to you. Because of everything you've been through. Everybody on this live right now, man. If you're a person that has been about to break down, but you broke through, you a damn legend. You a legend. A legend ain't somebody who's celebrated by the world. A legend is somebody who knows what they've been through and overcame in their heart. You a legend. You a legend to your kids. You're a legend to your family. When I had to go through moments of like feeling like, man, I wasn't enough for this space and feeling like people would give me fair opportunity because of how I looked, I had to stop and say, man, you doing something in your family that ain't never been done. You a legend. And so I want to tell everybody on here, man, you a legend. When things were trying to hold you down and you just found that strength and mustered up that strength to rise above, you a legend. Right? When people turned their back on you and left you, the people that you cared the most for and loved and would do anything for, and they left you. But you kept loving, you kept being kind. You a legend. When you understand what God was doing in your life and certain doors were closing and you wanted to give up and quit, but you just decided to go one more day, give it one more shot, one more chance. You a legend. So my ending message. Somebody gave me 1,000 stars, man. Andrea said, protecting my peace helped me so much. Andrea, man, top fan, I appreciate you. I just had to shout you 1,000. That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to say that. But I want to say, man, to everybody on here, I'm about to go to Instagram. I'm just feeling it tonight. Keep being legendary. Keep being legendary. Legendary ain't got nothing to do with how people celebrate you. Ain't got nothing to do with how many followers you have. Keep being legendary in your life. I'm just going to spend a few moments in the comments. Fireball Grace says, I'm a legend. Man. Christy, shout out to Christy. So I'm 52 sober today. Excuse me. I thank God every day. Shout out to you, Christy. Sarah said, I'm a legend. Miss Adams, 200 stars. Thank you. David said, I'm a legend. Crystal, what's up? How you doing? 200 stars. Man, if you guys, I want to just, I know y'all see it, right? Like, I've been going live every morning. Today I went live twice. I haven't been this live this much in probably, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 years. You know, I made a celebration today. I was able to actually take a step without my boot with my foot, even though I can barely walk, but I made a promise to myself that in this season, I'm going to still show up. In this season, I'm going to still make the most out of it. I'm going to allow this season to push me into a place that I've never been before because of this. So one of the reasons that I show up is not just to impact y'all and connect with you. It's to show you that you can still show up. You know, I'm smiling right now, but I have days where I wake up with tears in my eyes sometimes. Because I'm like, dang, man, I can't go for my run. I know it seems so first world small stuff. People have it way worse, but for me, it's big. It's major to me. But I want to just show you that in the midst of my struggle, I'm still showing up. Because you got two options in this world. When the tide gets high, when the waters get troubled, you can sink or you can swim. And I think I told y'all back in 2011 or 10, whatever year that was, 13, that I'm going to swim. I'm going to swim. Molly, you're right. You are a legend. You are a legend. I hope tonight's conversation with you connected you in such a way that you know that there's something more for your life, and hopefully, smiling, man, because I'm just so happy. Hopefully, you got better insight on what's meant for your life. Again, the Straight Up podcast comes out tomorrow. It will be based upon that. I need you guys' support as much as you can. You know what I mean? Not just for me, but, you know, Rehab Time has always been built off community. And you guys have taken this message to the world. And so some of you are new, some of you been here. You know what I mean? Some of you have grew from this, and I get it. But, you know, without your support, this is nothing. That's why I love you. I appreciate you. I salute you. That's why if you ever run up to me in the street somewhere, like I stop everything and give you my full attention, because you're the most, I'm going to say the most, one of the most important people in my life. You know what I mean? Because you remind me to keep shining. You remind me to keep going. You remind me to keep rising above. And I hope, as you're reminding me in these comments, that you stop for a second and you give yourself what you're giving me. That's my only ask of you tonight. All right? Sunshine, I know I got your support. You're a star sender. I appreciate you, Sunshine. I appreciate you. Yeah, so why are you being charged for texts? Yeah, Carrie, I'll say this real quick, and I'm going to go to Instagram and chop it up. I'm going to bring somebody on live on Instagram, by the way. So coming to Instagram is always a different experience. So yeah, just to be quick, we're actually working with them now. I mean, God answers prayers, so we're going to get some things worked out. But basically, you get charged when you send out a mass text, right? I have 100,000 people, right? Over 100,000 people in that text community. So you can imagine. So I'm getting charged basically a little over 2 cents for every text I send, right? So if I'm sending 100,000 texts, I get charged about $2,000. And, you know, oh man, thanks for the stars, man. Kathy, a star sender, Kathy, you the truth, man. I appreciate you. I don't take that lightly. You know, anybody who support, thanks for the support, Linda. I appreciate you too. Karen, thank you. But yeah, so just to kind of tell y'all, like, I'm always transparent. That's a lot. You know, that's a lot for Jeff Bezos, probably. And so I'm like, man, that's just not sustainable. And you know, I was disappointed because I know how much. I didn't know how much you guys love the text, right? Obviously, I know people on the other end. I send them, but like, I would get in my text community and I would read, like, man, where are they? Like, these help me so much. And so me and my team prayed, man, and I think we got some things worked out. So you guys probably won't be a daily thing no more, but it will be a frequent thing. And there's a lot of other things going on that's cool, man. I don't want to spend this time just talking about what we have going on. You guys will see it. The main thing, I'm in the moments of writing my new book. I have so many different titles that I want to go with. You know, Your Soul is Speaking. Listen, you know, like I even like that title. Listen to Your Soul. I like that title. I like Protect Your Peace. I like War for Your Word. I like There's More to Your Life. You guys are going to decide that. I'm going to ask you guys what title that you want, but these are the conversations and connections that are going to be in my book. And hopefully this book reaches the hearts that needs it. It won't come out till next year. I think it's coming out my birthday next year, like 2023. But we're working on it now. I'm going to do some cool things like a book club and bring you guys to Broken Bow, out to the cabin, and spend time out there. And one of my secret, it's not even secret, everybody knows, but one of my favorite places in the world is there in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It's so peaceful. And bringing a group of y'all there to spend time with me and go through the book and talk about things. So we're going to do a lot of cool stuff. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. Obviously, you're following me here. Make sure you're part of the text community. And yeah, I would start a GoFundMe page, but I have a hard time. Even when I send that text, I have a hard time asking you guys for donations. I really never have done that. You know, I've never really done that. You know, you guys support me. Donations are stars. You know, the support goes to that. You guys buy merchandise. None of that goes in my pocket. That goes to initiatives. That goes to help people. We do a lot of angel blessings to people. And I just can tell you that's one of the reasons why I feel like my life is blessed, because I bless people without blowing trumpets and horns. And so I know God's going to take care of it, right? So I would start a GoFundMe page, but, you know, I feel like God will take care of it. And you guys' support is enough. And I always want to give you guys something for supporting me. So I never just want to ask for it. And I know I probably need to, but that's just not me. All right, y'all, I'm out. Instagram, let's go. Love you. Straight up. Let's get it.